Welcome back to my class. Welcome back to the class with your teacher, your counselor, your minister, Mr. James Horton. All right. We're going to touch on this particular class. It's going to be called Under the Influence. Under the influence. The term under the influence has mostly been known to be the terminology that describes someone being under the influence of a mind-altering substance like alcohol and drugs. This paper, you guys, it says this paper and topic will put light on a much larger arena and some much more impacting areas in our life that some of us can find ourselves under the influence of something that may or may not have anything to do with drugs or alcohol. Some of these influential things are being under the influence of people, places, and things. Ask yourself questions, all right? Ask yourself questions. It says, number one, when and during the time you first lost your cool and caught your case, were you under the influence of other people outside of your relationship that push you or force you to become violent, right? A lot of times, man, we just be like, people be around, man, and they have an influence on us and make us lose our cool. That show-off stuff. You know what I'm saying? I want to just say it for real. That show-off shit. All right? So, number two. Would you say or do you believe you were under the influence of anger, violence, alcohol, syrup, or abuse when you caught your case, right? Well, you're one of them because, you know, that's syrup, man. I've been seeing some people get all tough, get all blowed up, and most of the people think they can fight, you know, until the syrup just ain't enough to give them the skills of Tyson. You feel me? All right, number three. Have you ever been under the influence of people you call your friends or associates, allowing them to share their opinions about you and your relationship and your future goals, telling you that it will not work? You know, they talk that, man, you know what I'm saying? And if you bite, guess what? You ain't going to have nothing and you ain't going nowhere, right? So be careful listening and associating yourself in those influential places, right? Number four, when and during the time you've been known to pick and choose many of your present or past relationship partners, are you known to be under the influence of drugs or alcohol when and at the time you pick those partners, right? Were you drunk? Were you full? Were you high? Did you just do too many trees? Did you do some this or that, pills, right? Ecstasy. What was you under when you boom? You know, because some people be so high, man, they wake up in the morning and look to the side and they've been laying down with a Billy Bear or somebody. You understand? And that ain't usually their choice. But okay, now number five, ask yourself this question: when it comes to you being under the influence of your negative past influences, does your negative past outweigh your positive presence? Does your negative past outweigh your positive presence? Right? You must ask yourself these questions. Number six, are you known to allow your low self-esteem, brokenness, and low self-worth to keep you under the influence and keep you committed to destroying all the relationships you get in? Right? Are you known to do that? Right? Number seven, do you feel excuse me. Number seven, do you feel or believe the trauma and the domestic drama you grew up with as a child now has you under the influence of your parents' past behavior when you're dealing with your own relationships you find yourself involved in? I mean, does your past, what you saw as a kid, what you saw as a child, the trauma you dealt with in your household, do you find yourself repeating that stuff, right? And being under the influence of your past to have you all jacked up? All right, number eight, closing this out. Has being under the influence of some anger, being under the influence of the same anger and hurt feelings you felt when you caught your case caused you to violate your restraining order because those same feelings continue to keep coming up, right? Sometimes them police, them judges, and them DAs, they done told you you can't be back with her. You can't go back to the residence, right? Immediately when you get arrested for a domestic violence case, whether you're a man or woman, you are not allowed to go back, at least for 30 days or more. You're not allowed to go back. You haven't even been to court yet, but you're not allowed to go back to that residence, and you will restrain it. But the feelings that one gets when it comes to that person, when it comes to that addictiveness they feel for that other person, oh man, that stuff has you and has many people like, boom, violating the restraining order, going right back to jail, doing something stupid, right? And it ain't cool, man. It ain't cool. So that's it for your counseling. One more time, thank you for attending my class. Yours truly, Mr. James Horton. Thank you.